was just like any other day. At least it seemed like any other day at the Beckman Bank and Trust Company. The man in the middle was the bank manager. Every day at this time, the vault clerk went to lunch. There was nothing to cause her to think this day was any different. But it was. The two men with the bank manager weren't friends or clients. They wanted $100,000. Not in a big bundle of small bills that could be easily noticed on the way out. They wanted $100,000 bills, which could fit in a coat pocket. It all took less than 1 minute. The man with a gun under his coat was Clovis. The other was Jester. And they were walking away with $100,000. The robbery squad should have arrived by now. Something had gone wrong, really wrong. Little did Clovis and Jester know that the third man in the car was a policeman on active duty, assigned to undercover. Me.
I'll put the door away.
Just a minute, Clovis. I'll take my end now. $5 grand.
You'll take nothing. You don't go on a spending spree with $1,000 bills without raising some eyebrows.
What I do with my dough is my business.
Happens to be our business, too.
I made a deal to come in on this caper for 5 G's. The caper's finished. I don't like stalls.
Slight mistake, pal. The caper's not quite finished. A discounter's coming into town to buy the $1,000 bills with small bills. You'll wait with Clovis and me until we make the sale.
Who, where, and when?
Dutch Reese tomorrow. We meet him at the Regency Club.
Okay. Till tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll all stick together like one happy little family. And if anything happens to my cut, you two won't live long enough to spend it.
Take it easy, hothead. Nothing's going to happen to your cut. The discounter gets in town tomorrow to exchange the money for the kind we can spend.
Open up! Police!
Cops!
Come on, open up!
Jester, no!
There was another one.
Down, please. Going down. These days, everybody's a big operator. Rush, 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 and for what? Now, that guy on your floor, he's going to have a stroke. I guess I better go back and get him.
Can I tell you something?
I've already heard it. A girl like me doesn't belong in an elevator shaft.
I'm on my way to make a big deal. If I get there in time, I'll be able to afford a front table at the Rainbow Gardens. A table for 2.
Going down.
The third one got away. No description yet. We didn't get a good look at him. But you can tell that bank manager there's no sweat. They hid the money in the inner office. Yeah, the lieutenant's getting it now. Right.
All right. Let's have it straight.
What are you talking about?
$100,000 bucks, Clovis. I covered that room like air.
It's in the desk, I told you.
You might as well spill it, because if I decide to lean on you, by the time you get out, money will have gone out of style.
Why, you lousy piece of fuzz, that money was in my desk. Second drawer from the bottom. A grift hiding behind a badge. You lousy piece of fuzz.
Book him.
You gonna let him walk out of here with all that dough?
Don't you get it, boys? The lieutenant was the only one of you in that office. If that money's gone, he's got it. Search him. See for yourself.
Get him moving, Sergeant.
Toss some scotch over a rock, Sam. Sam, I've got some real scam. Look, it's a blast. It's a real gasser.
So make me laugh. Name's Al.
Well, look, there's this big hero cop, see? So what does big hero cop do? Look, he puts the roust on this big bank job, then he pockets the money, walks out, and leaves the grift screaming their heads off.
That's so old, it's cold. Know all about it.
Well, how do you like it? Look, a badge putting its hand in a grift's pocket. How dishonest can a guy get, Sam?
The name is Al.
It's a real uptown kind of job. And a cop getting away with the money. I hear the wheelman got away, so maybe he don't think it's so funny, does he, Sam?
What makes you think I'd know how a wheelman feels?
No reason at all.
I thought this case was wrapped up, but I was wrong. $100,000 missing, and the police officer the prime suspect. The rumble had spread fast. The underworld knew about Lieutenant Craig before the newspapers were out. But by tomorrow, everybody would know about it. And for most of them, there'd be no laughter.
Lieutenant Craig.
Yes, sir.
Didn't you receive the undercover officer's report a full half hour before the job was pulled?
Yes, sir, I did.
Still, you were unable to get your squad to the bank in time.
There are branch banks on North Main and South Main, sir. I simply misread my instructions.
All right, Lieutenant. Then I'm going to ask you what the city fathers are demanding of me. What happened to that money?
I don't know, sir.
Why didn't you submit to a search then and there?
I wasn't aware that the word of a police officer wasn't as good as that of thieves.
On this occasion, your pride for the badge was a luxury you couldn't afford. Lieutenant, you are suspended from active duty until further notice.
I can't believe he did it, Bill.
Well, being a policeman doesn't exempt a man from the human race. We can have a rotten apple, too.
And your undercover man has the job of proving it. In my time, I thought I had all the dirty jobs, but this one digs its own hole. I'm glad it belongs to some other guy.
Bob, how do you think the undercover man feels about it?
I didn't feel good about it. Everything pointed to a crooked policeman, and it was my job to pin it on him. Lieutenant Tom Craig's record didn't show a lot of flash. Just a steady, hard-working public servant with 20 years' service. Possessions? A few bucks in the bank. Some insurance. A homely car. And a lovely young daughter. It didn't add up to spell crooked policeman. But then you never know. I'm looking for Miss Craig.
Oh, I'm Miss Craig.
I was told to see you about an appointment with Mr. Stone.
Well, it's past closing time. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
Oh, that's too bad. Being from out of town, I was hoping to wind things up and start home tonight. Say, that's a lot of homework you pack around. Maybe if I bought you a drink, you'd see that I got an early appointment in the morning, huh?
Mr.
Weber.
Mr. Weber, you're buttering up the wrong person. You see, I just got fired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure you are.
Oh, looks like you could use a drink.
I don't think so.
Miss Craig, I'm just alone in a strange town, looking for nothing more than company. Looks like you could use a little company yourself.
Well, why not? And I know just the place.
That one's going to take some time. You'd better start working on it.
No, look, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I just can't stand this stuff. It looks like I'm just not the type. You'd better go.
I might be old-fashioned, but I happen to like nice girls.
Go find one.
Sit down.
Oh, look, I'm trying to do you a favor. The name is Craig. Oh, well, you'll be hearing a lot about it. Specifically, Lieutenant Thomas Craig. For promising the solid citizens he'd protect their precious city He was given too little money and too much danger. If, mind you, somebody didn't shoot him up a little bit, boy, he could look forward to a pension and a gold watch.
Sally.
Oh, that was yesterday. Today, this protector of the people has a new name. Crooked cop.
Yes, I've heard.
Well, then get smart. My employer did. His clients wouldn't like the scandal. Yes, that's the way he put it.
Investigation means exactly that, Sally. Nobody has said your father is guilty.
Well, then there are some great kidders in this town. Now, you take, for instance, the fellow who called this morning. He thought he had a business proposition that might interest my father.
What kind of a proposition?
Well, I thought you'd heard. Why, the Craigs are in the money now. Why, he probably wanted to sell me some stock in the Taj Mahal.
This fella that called, his name wouldn't happen to be Dutch Reese.
Yes. How did you know?
Well, I've got to be running along. Oh, I bumped into a habit once I haven't been able to shake. When I meet somebody I like to see him again. How about keeping a light in the window? I'd set her up. Set her up for a fall, if her father was guilty. But since she was my only lead, I'd end up making her wish I was dead.
Who's Reese? Big guy sitting over there. Who are you?
Guy who's got a big heat on to make a couple of bucks.
Why don't you go sell pencils?
I had something more profitable in mind, like a piece of your action.
You'd look a lot better walking out of here.
You might as well talk to me. Your appointment's not going to show. I'm talking about Sally Craig.
Did she tell you to come here?
Nobody tells me to do anything. I just want in for a piece of your action.
If I weren't wearing my nice suit, I'd pinch your head off.
Now, wait a minute. I know when I'm overmatched.
Get out!
Just when everybody was thinking you were tougher than a rawhide boot, son.
I guess you didn't hear me so good inside. This time, even with my nice suit, I'll pinch your head off.
This time I don't make you look so good.
You got a name?
Weber. And we still have business to talk.
All right. This time, I'm listening.
On that Clovis bank job, I was the wheelman who got away. I'm out $5 grand.
I look like a social worker.
More like a money tree.
Oh, you're beginning to disappoint me. I was thinking you had class.
You owe me $2 for cleaning this suit.
Well, I guess I know when I'm overmatched. Shall we have that talk?
Then when Craig shows up, the idea is that you give him the exchange money and he gives you the $100 grand stolen from the bank, right?
Mm-hmm. That's so. Well, what about it?
What if I can arrange it so that you can keep it all?
You flipped.
All I do is throw a gun on you and Craig when you're exchanging the money. You start screaming double cross while I take off.
That story have a happy ending?
After it's over, we meet and I hand you back the money.
You do all this for me just to get your $5 grand?
The added services will cost you an extra 20.
Well, I don't know. Stealing from my customers? After all, a discounter has to think of his reputation.
Oh, nobody's going to think it was your grift. The right people know I was the wheelman. They also know we didn't get along so good. I don't have to ask how it sets. You don't have a choice.
Is that so?
Your 2 customers are in jail. Your phone call to the cop's daughter shows you don't know where the $100 grand is. You want to find out if he's got it. I can set it up.
The daughter, huh?
If her old man's got the dough, I'll find out.
Might work to team up with you. I'll think about it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, was a slim chance that the money was still hidden somewhere in the office. Judy, the elevator girl, got me into the building.
So look where I end up. The same building I see every day. And suppose the night superintendent finds out I let you in here.
Honey, if I find what I'm looking for, you can buy your own elevator.
Look, I brought you up here for just one reason. To get those dollar marks out of your eyes and let you take me out for some fun. Where were you when the brains were passed out? The cop got that money. Who else could it be? Now how about that pheasant dinner?
Just a couple more minutes, huh, baby? No outside ledge to hide the money on. No way it could have been dumped on the way from the bank. The cold breath of reality jumped down my throat and beat away at my insides. I knew what I had to do. I had to nail down the lid on a policeman.
Now, hi. I'll be ready in a minute.
Sorry I waited so late to call.
Well, at least you did call. Come on in.
Wait a minute. There's somebody I'd like you to meet.
Oh?
Sally Craig, Mr. Reese.
It's a pleasure, Miss Craig.
How do you do? I didn't know we were going out with anyone else.
We're not going out.
What?
I didn't mean to butt in, but he said I had to meet you.
What is this all about?
A great big beautiful cake, and it's time we sit down.
You're not making any sense at all.
Come off it, baby. You played Little Red Riding Hood, and I was impressed. Now it's time to talk business.
What?
Take it easy, Weber. Let's get acquainted first.
There's no time. I want to blow this crummy town. I'm talking about that $100,000. We know your old man's got it.
Get out!
Since he's already under suspension, what chance would he have to spend those $1,000 bills? For a 25% discount, Reese will see that he gets some small bills. $75,000 worth.
Will you get out?
Tell your old man we'll be waiting for him at the Regency Club. So long, baby. I still hope you keep that light in the window. It was rough, but I had to do it. If Sally's father was innocent, she was taking a beating for nothing. If he was guilty, this would force him into a move. Maybe Sally was the greatest little actress in the world. I had to find out.
You have to break her in half just to prove you're working on the right pigeon?
You want that $100,000, don't you?
You know, I can admire you, but I sure don't have to like you.
Hi, Sam! Hey, where'd you see this chick? I'm gorgeous. Hey, look, do me a favor, will you? I need a build-up. I'm a big man in show business. Get it? A big man.
I get it.
Hi, Mr. Reese. Dame called a few minutes ago and left a message for you.
Dame.
Daughter.
How about it, Sam? I do the same for you. Now, look, spread it on thick for me, boy. Remember, I'm a big man in show business.
Yeah, sure.
Gotta hand it to you, the trick worked. The daughter was putting on an act. The deal's on. Let's go.
Hey, honey! Come here! There's somebody I want you to meet. Miss Town. Hey, Sam! Sam!
This was it, the end of the line. Craig and maybe his daughter would be waiting with $100 $1,000 bills, and in the basement of the same building where he stole them. This was the place for the meeting.
Let's have your gun, friend. Just in case you decide to play it for real. And remember, I still have the slugs in mine.
And what if you should decide to play it for real?
You have no choice, friend.
I guess you're right.
Well, first I meet you, then I meet a crooked cop. I could lose my faith in human nature.
Well, I didn't expect to see you here, Romeo.
Baby, I didn't expect to see you here either. But you don't know what a pleasure it is.
What is this? Who is she?
Judy, the elevator girl. Now it all comes up clear. Craig hasn't got the $100,000. She has. Clovis passed it to her.
You've lost me, Clara.
She and Clovis cooked up a little scheme to grab the 100 grand and cut Jester and me out. And when the cops broke in, Clovis got a bright idea. He pinned it on Lieutenant Craig.
Well, then you must be the one who called me at the club tonight.
Clovis told me to contact you as soon as things quieted down.
It took long enough.
And with Clovis in jail, a little Judy here figured the 100 grand was all hers until I showed up. Right, Honeyface?
Now you can't blame a girl for trying, can you, Romeo? And now, with Clovis locked in the Bastille, it's all ours. Yours and mine.
Come on, Honeyface. Where's the money?
50-50? After the discount. Huh?
Okay, 50-50.
It's on the elevator roof.
You mean you left 100 grand on top of the elevator all this time?
Can you think of a safer place?
One question. How did you pull it off?
Simple. I fixed the doors on Clovis's floor so he could open them. I kept the elevator one floor below. All he had to do was duck out of the office and drop the money on the roof. Go get it, Romeo.
Get your hands up.
And get out over the roof.
Find the switch to that elevator and shut it off quick.
We're stuck between floors.
Weber, get us out of here. Weber! Weber, get us out!
Help us out, please!
Weber, get us out.
Somebody help!
Rats in a trap. That expression never fit better. Reese and Judy were wrapped up tight. I wished that Lieutenant Craig could be here to make the arrest.
Hey, Weber, can you get us out? Come on! Get us out of here!
We're stuck!
Weber! Weber, can you get us out of here?
I couldn't stick around to see the finish. One man had to escape. Me.
We know what you've been through, both of you.
Commissioner, this is Detective Leiden, who worked on the case.
Oh, good job, Leiden.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Leiden, I don't know how I can ever thank you enough.
Well, I was only the contact lieutenant. All I did was tail the undercover officer and race to the money.
I don't suppose I'll ever have a chance to thank the...
I'm sorry, Craig. The undercover man has no name, no face, no identity. Just a job.
No name, no face, no identity. Just a job. A job that takes me to all kinds of places. Where will I be next? I never know. But that's the way it's got to be when you're assigned to undercover. When you walk the tightrope.